all the 38mm balls will be popped out. And those are the winning lottery numbers. And it's predetermined what those numbers are. Hey guys, this is Joe Tech from JoeteckTips on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And today we're going to talk about how the lottery is fixed. Now I'm going to go through the process and how I think it is. It's extremely plausible. All right, I've gone through this multiple times, and this is how it is done. And it has to be because it makes the most logical sense. Now, there are two sets of balls. All right, back in the year 2000, they changed the size of the ping pong ball from 38mm to 40mm. All right, so here's the opportunity to actually fix the lottery system. All right, so there's a supercomputer out there that constantly monitors, and this is the part that's going to blow your mind, and this is what's going to make you think it's actually plausible. And if I can get that doubt into your head, how many people are actually going to play the lottery anymore? Because it is a fixed system. Let's get into it. There are two sets of balls, 38mm and 40mm. 40mm will not fall through the hole or holes, and 38mm will. Okay, so there's a bunch of holes. As you're seeing the balls jump around and bounce it around, that is mixing them up, the 40mm balls. The 38mm balls actually fall through the holes, and those are the numbers that are picked. So now, let's get to that. You're going to fall over when I tell you this. So, after everybody plays all their lottery numbers, they're doing it week after week after week. You know, they have a Monday drawing or a Wednesday drawing and a Friday drawing, whatever the drawing is. Every single lottery game is done the same. Every single one of them. They're saying that the lottery balls are protected and secure, and yeah, from this process most likely. So nobody physically touches them. It's all done by computer. So just imagine in your head a wall of balls, okay? They're all on a slight angle, okay? And they're all powered like little solenoids, all right? And there's the 38mm balls and there's 40mm balls. The supercomputer figures out which numbers, which sequence of numbers have not been picked, including the Powerball or the Mega Ball or whatever ball it's going to be, and figures out from all the numbers that have been played, searches, skews, go through all the data and goes, oh, this number wasn't picked, but this number wasn't picked. Granted, there will be some winners. There'll probably be a couple of 500,000, a couple of million, but no one's going to win the big jackpot because that's completely, totally impossible unless it's actually picked. So the system figures out which ones it is, because this is how they're going to make it grow and grow and grow and grow. Because the supercomputer is determining what numbers it should pick based on all the people who played. So say you have 100 million numbers that were played. The system figures out, okay, what's the sequence of numbers on the first column, the second column, third column, and figure out which numbers should be picked so no one wins the main jackpot. And what happens after that is determined, all the 38mm balls will be popped out. And those are the winning lottery numbers. And it's predetermined what those numbers are. And then the remainder, that these are picked, the remainder of the 40mm balls are popped out. Okay? So the lottery numbers are already predetermined, the winning lottery numbers are already predetermined before the game even starts. So when we're watching it live on TV, we're thinking, oh, we could win. So this is the part where it gets kind of funky. So they will pick a winning number, but it'll be based off of someone who says, oh, these are my numbers, I did a quick pick, and then someone higher up goes, okay, we're gonna draw these numbers and you're gonna be the winner. So someone already knows they're gonna be a winner, unless it's generically legitimate. Give you an example. when Florida was decimated by that tornado or hurricane that ripped through Florida, the day after, one 7-Eleven got power. They played, and 2 people won. One in Florida, in the location where it got decimated, Fort Myers, I believe. One winner in Fort Myers, right where it actually happened. The 7-Eleven just got power, bang, they won. What? How is that fucking possible? That's ridiculous. So they figured out, like, oh, let's look at a Fort Myers ticket and make that person win. And that's how it's done. So as we're seeing the balls bouncing around, the balls popping up and they're going down, those are the 38mm balls, and all the other ones are 40mm. And those are the ones that are obviously never going to be picked because the system is rigged. And that's how it's done. So we have solenoids that pop out the balls, the winning numbers, after the supercomputer figures out the sequence of numbers, what it needs to pick to make no one win, and that's how it's done. It seems plausible. I believe this is how it's done. No one's going to question it. If something happens to me because of this video going live or viral, whatever, you know that it was true. So if I somehow suddenly just pass away for some reason, you'll know that it was because of this video. You kind of can get the gist of it, that this is how it's done. And pre-2000, people were really winning because that didn't exist. The size of the ping pong ball didn't exist. And large jackpots never got this high, ever, in the history of the lottery. Maybe by happen chance, but now it's controlled. Just like everything else in this world. So the lottery is fixed. I believe it's to be fixed. I believe they figure out where they think the money should go, and that particular person wins. It's just by happen chance. My thought process is low income areas are most likely the possibility of winning. Someone who's poor will probably win. You know, that's just the way it is. I mean, it is what it is. That's my thought process. That's what I think it is my opinion. This is a plausible scenario. So 38mm and 40mm together, you can't see with the naked eye, and you can't see bounced around. Hence the reason why it's streamed at 480p or 360p is because the resolution is low. And you're never going to determine the size of the ball bouncing around because the resolution is low on streaming. So it doesn't make any sense. So this is my plausible idea. This is what I think happens. And the lottery is fixed. And it will always stay fixed until they change it and they make it. Unless they prove to me that it's not 38mm and 40mm. It'd be a shame. But you know what? This is what I think it is. It's 38, 40. 38s go through, 40s do not. They go up, through, and down, and those are the 38mm, and that's all you're going to see. The 40s, you're not going to see the difference between the two. It's impossible. So guys, if you think this is a plausible thought process, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.